Hey everybody, Sunday, March 15th today. I had to do this story. I was trying to fight it. I was trying to resist it. I had already done my video for yesterday when this story came out. Oh, missed it on this one, but it's your boy, Andrew Down Low Brother Gillum, linked to meth overdose incident in Miami Beach hotel, police reports say. Had to do it. Lived in Tallahassee. He was actually mayor when I was there. Didn't even know it. Who knows who the mayor is? Who cares? Lived in South Florida as well. Didn't live in Miami Beach, of course. Had to do the story, being somebody who spent a few years living down in Florida. Florida's a great place. Why do people keep ruining it? All right, let's get to it. A lot of you are familiar with this story already, but it has to be done. It has to be covered. And who would suspect that Andrew Gillum, of all people, would turn out to be a down low brother? This Andrew Gillum? Or maybe this Andrew Gillum with another down low brother? And who would suspect that this guy right here would end up in such a predicament? Andrew Gillum, Tallahassee's telegenic former mayor and the 2018 Democratic nominee for Florida governor, was involved in a meth overdose incident early Friday morning in a Miami Beach hotel room. Well, that's putting it lightly. Let's see what else went on that night. The incident was an embarrassing and devastating blow to Gillum. Yeah, we don't care about his credentials. He's an idiot. All right, here we go. Second paragraph. Officers were called to a West Avenue hotel room around 1 a.m. and found Gillum with two other men, identified as Travis Dyson and Aldo Mejias, according to a Miami Beach Police Department report. Paramedics were treating Dyson at the time for a possible overdose. Gillum was too inebriated to speak with officers, though he was later reported in stable condition with normal vital signs. Police found plastic bags of suspected crystal meth on the bed and floor of the hotel room, the report says, but Gillum, in a prepared statement issued shortly after the news broke, denied using the drug and offered an apology. So let's see. Gillum, Democrat, South Florida, heavily blue. Let's see what's going on here. So he's in the hotel room with a man who almost dies with 4 bags of drugs. Was a drug test done? Were any charges issued at all to Mr. Gillum? Let's find out and see what his Democratic privilege does for him in this case. I was in Miami last night for a wedding celebration when first responders were called to assist, one of my friends, Gillum said. Well, I had too much to drink. I want to be clear that I have never used methamphetamines. I apologize to the people of Florida for the distraction this has caused our movement. Which movement? What movement are you part of, Andrew? It says here he went on to thank the incredible Miami Beach EMS team for their efforts and indicated he would keep a low profile for the time being, which must be great because apparently they, and we're just speculating here, decided to just look the other direction. Let's read a little more. I'm getting too excited. I will spend the next few weeks with my family, blah, blah, blah. Experts said the scandal could put an end to his political career, let alone gigs as a talking head on cable TV. I heard somebody else saying he was a commentator on one of those CNN or MSNBC, one of those. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't watch those kind of mainstream media news outlets. Further detail about the story. Mejias told officers that he gave his credit card information to Dyson to rent a hotel room for the night and arrived around 11 p.m. When he got there, he found both Gillum and Dyson intoxicated. All right, so here we go. It says first responders found the suspected drugs inside the hotel room. Officers observed in plain sight 3 small clear plastic baggies containing suspected crystal meth on both the bed and the floor. Apparently they all belonged to Dyson. He needed 3 bags. Ernesto Rodriguez, a spokesman for Miami Beach Police Department, provided a copy of the report to the Tallahassee Democrat. No arrests were made. At this time, the incident is not being investigated as a criminal matter, Rodriguez said. Rodriguez did not respond to an email asking why no charges would be filed, given the discovery of suspected narcotics. The police report said 3 small baggies with suspected drugs were impounded and slated for destruction. So that was the PG version of the article. Now let's get some more information here from the New York Post. It says here, man busted with Andrew Gillum in hotel room with meth was gay escort. Apparently he's in town for this wedding that his wife isn't at, or she's nowhere to be found at 11 p.m., 12 midnight, 1 p.m., but yet he's hanging out in this hotel room with meth with a gay escort. And it says here Travis Dyson, he's the individual who had the cardiac issues and fell to the floor. and the reason why EMS was called out to begin with. It says here, Travis Dyson also identified himself as a porn star performer who offered services including gay massage. He went by the name Brody Scott on his Rent Men profile. I like kissing and foreplay. Lots of kissing and foreplay. I enjoy my nipple rings lightly being played with. Mutual touch and intimacy goes a long way. Boy, the New York Post really went deep, about as deep as Andrew Gillum went on this one. They went deep on this one. Dyson did not immediately respond to a request for comment from the Post. It says here Gillum's been married to his wife. The couple has 3 children. Now, this wouldn't be the first time, or the 7 millionth time, or the last time, or the next to last time that this has happened, where down low brothers of all types go ahead and have families and then decide they want to, have a little fun on the side. Like I said before, the question I had right away was, you're in Miami Beach. Miami Beach is notorious for this kind of behavior. Mr. Dyson probably does pretty well. And there was another source where I was reading through where it said that Mr. Dyson said that he knew Andrew Gillum for a while. He didn't elaborate on that. So in this article here, it says he did not respond to a request for comment from the Post, but he did for another source that I was looking at. And like I was saying, he said he knew him for a while, but didn't further elaborate. Let's kind of sum it up real quick. You have a friend of Gillum's, I suppose, that Mejias gentleman, gives this Dyson guy the credit card to go ahead and book a hotel room, presumably so it's not booked under Gillum's name, perhaps. Again, just speculating here. We're just speculating, having some fun with it. Mejias shows up to the hotel room at 11, finds both guys pretty effed up. Once Dyson opens the door, he pretty immediately falls to the floor with cardiac issues, according to that. EMS shows up. Drugs are found by them, by the police, bags of meth. Guy almost died. Gay escort. So you couldn't find a single crime in any of that to charge him with. And like I said, it's so nice to have that privilege. It must be so nice to be able to get away with anything you want to and have no repercussions. To break any law you want. And then they're saying here, oh, well, we think that this may do some damage to his political career. Maybe. I could see him being off the air for a while. Like I always say with other individuals, like I always rail on Bernie as being a phony. It's because I always say just be who you are. Stop trying to be out here faking it and living this life, acting like you're married. Your wife has to know. She has to know every time you come home, smelling like another dude, brown stains in the back of the underwear. She has to know what's up. Why try to fake who you are? Just be what you are. And especially with the Democratic Party, the way they award the victimology points. So the more things you have going on, the higher up the scale you are, the more points you get. So he's checking a lot of boxes here. My feeling is that I bet that he's able to flip this a little bit and turn it into some kind of success thing. Maybe he writes a book. Maybe eventually he gets more television time, more speaking events. And hey, maybe he can use it as a platform for his next campaign, whatever he's going to run for. But given all of this stuff, like I was saying, just be what you are. Stop trying to fake it. People don't care. Most people don't care anymore about that stuff. Why would they? Live your life, dude. Do whatever you got to do. If you're on the down low, if you're doing your thing, call Malik Yoba. He's interested. Don't be out there trying to fake it. So that's point number 1 I would have. Now, point number 2 to me has to do with what I had just identified, that privilege. I'm turning my attention to the Miami Beach Police Department and police departments in general who allow this stuff to continue to happen. Oh, we got the call. Guess who it is? What are we going to do? How are we going to cover this up? Now, again, I'm just speculating based on the facts. I mean, it's kind of odd that all of this stuff's happening, but you don't find a single crime to charge at all. What kind of corruption's going on there? What kind of political favors are being allowed because this guy's known and they know that he can do favors for them eventually, for the police chief or whomever, if he does get into higher office someday. It's a really blessed life that some individuals lead, where they can go ahead and just do whatever they feel like with no repercussions. Again, it's the greatest thing. Look, these things that happen in real life, they're so great. They're so fun. But you know what? The thing is, there's so many of them. There's too much to talk about. If I had 50 hours in a day, I wouldn't have enough time to talk about all this goofy stuff that people do out in public. And I love it. Everything out here isn't serious. A lot of these stories, they just keep me laughing. And that's the thing, we don't even have to sit around and make up stuff. As somebody who just does commentary on videos and things like that, you don't even have to sit there and try to think about putting a script, writing a script, creating these contents, making short videos. You just sit around and watch real life happen. This stuff is amazing. I love it. So Gillum, keep it on the down low, brother. Do what you got to do. The question would be, obviously, though, what do you guys think? And then for his wife, is she going to stand by her man? Is she going to be like Hillary Clinton, get publicly humiliated? Is she going to be like Vanessa Bryant, just get publicly humiliated, just destroyed because of a sexual scandal? Is she just going to sit there like a doormat, like Hillary and like Vanessa, like I said, and just let this guy walk all over her? Is she going to sit there and keep collecting that allowance check every month to play the role of his wife? Or is she going to take a hard look at this and say, hey, you know what? This is too much. Whatever you may be bringing back home to the nest might be a little something I don't want to mess with. That's the video, guys. You've got to love it. This thing is the greatest thing that could have happened to my weekend. Woo! It gave me something great to talk about, but you just can't help but laugh at these people. My God, I love it. It's great. All right, take care, everybody. Be safe out there and just keep on laughing at life. Stories like this are what makes life great.